in the last lesson, we can recall that we said when we have a raised to the power of b, our a represents the base while the b represents the power. Today we shall be talking about laws of indices. Laws of indices. The first law states that when we have law 1, when we have a raised to the power of 2 multiplied by a raised to the power of 3, when the bases are the same, we add their exponents together. That is, we pick one of the base and we add the exponent. That is, we pick one of the bases, that is a, and this will be a, then we add the exponent, that is 2 plus 3, and that's going to give us a raised to the power of 5. But in place of letters, let's make use of numbers. For example, if we have 10 raised to the power of 2 times 10 raised to the power of 3, this is the same thing as 10 raised to the power of 2 plus 3, which is the same thing as 10 raised to the power of 5. Using a longer method, so in order to verify our answer, we can use a longer method, that is 10 raised to the power of 2, that is 10 times 10, multiplied by 10 raised to the power of 3, that is 10 times 10 times 10. And this is going to give us 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10, and that's going to give us 10 raised to the power of 5. Then the second law states that the second law is similar to the first one. When the only difference is we have multiplication in between. That is, if you have a raised to the power of 2 divided by a raised to the power of 3, we pick one of the bases and subtract the exponent from one another. That is, this is the same thing as a raised to the power of 2 minus 3. 2 minus 3. We can't say 3 minus 2 because 2 is the one in front. So this will be equal to a raised to the power of minus 1 in this case. We shall get to a situation whereby we have something like this. So, for example, and this is the same thing as one of the laws says that we've not gotten there yet, but this is the same thing as 1 over a. For example, let's make use of number in place of letter. For example, if you have 10 raised to the power of 4 divided by 10 raised to the power of 2, 10 raised to the power of 10, this is the same thing by using our law. This is the same thing as 10 raised to the power of 4 minus 2, and that's going to give us 10 raised to the power of 2. Let's make use of a longer method. Using the longer method, we have 10 raised to the power of 4 is the same thing as 10 times 10 times 10 times 10, then divided by 10 raised to the power of 2, that is 10 times 10. 10 will cancel out 10, 10 will cancel out 10, so we are left with 2 tenths. So this is the same thing as 10 raised to the power of 2. The third law states that any number raised to the power of 0 is equals to 1. Where x is not equals to 0, the base cannot be equals to any number apart from 0. Raised to the power of 0 is equals to 1. We can prove this. If we can prove this by using a longer method. For example, if you have 5 raised to the power of 3 divided by 5 raised to the power of 3. Using the second method, the second law, this is the same thing as 5 raised to the, because you can see that the bases are equal. So we subtract the exponent of this from this. So we have 3 minus 3, and this will give us 5 raised to the power of 0. So to use the longer method, you know that 5 raised to the power of 3 is the same thing as 5 times 5 times 5 over divided by 5 times 5 times 5. 5 will cancel out 5, 5 will cancel out 5, 5 will cancel out 5. So we are left with this is going to give us 1 over 1, and this is the same thing as 1. So we can prove that 5 raised to the power 0 is the same thing as 1. So the last but not the least, which is the fourth law. The fourth law states that when number is raised to the power of negative, when the power is negative, that is s raised to the power of, let's say for example, s raised to the power of minus a. This is the same thing as 1 over s raised to power a. If you have 5 raised to the power of minus 3, this is the same thing as 1 over 5 raised to power 3. Because we know that 5 raised to the power of minus 3 is, we can write this in this form, that is 5 raised to the power of 0 divided by 5 raised to the power of 3. Using the second law, we can rewrite this as follows: 5 raised to the power of 0 minus 3, and it gives us 5 raised to the power of minus 3. So if you now consider this line, this particular statement, 5 raised to the power of 0 is the same thing as 5 raised to the power of 0 is the same thing as 1 divided by 5 raised to the power of 3, that is 5 raised to the power of 3. So this is the same thing, 1 over 5 over 3. So we can see that our 5 raised to the power of minus 3 is the same thing as 1 over 5 raised to the power of 3. So these are the first 4 laws of indices.